So in the first picture, you can see the beginning of muscle contraction, which is also known as excitation. Muscle contractions happen in four main steps: excitation, contraction coupling, contraction, and relaxation. Now in the first step, you can see that action potential happens and then touches the voltage-gated calcium channels. By that happening, it then allows calcium to come through the gates, which allows the calcium to attach to the vesicles. Once attached to the vesicles, they lower down due to the calcium acting like an anchor. In step 2, excitation, contraction coupling, and picture 2, you can see that the acetylcholine is released and then docks at the ligand-gated sodium channel, causing the channels to open. Once open, the sodium then comes rushing in due to its positive charge and the sarcoplasmic reticulum being negatively charged. Once the sodium is inside, it then goes to the T-tubules. So in picture 3, also known as step 3, contraction, the sodium has entered the T-tubules and cannot leave. But because the area is too positive, the calcium decides to leave because it is also positive. The calcium then binds to the troponin, causing the tropomyosin to shift, which then causes the thick filament to walk across the actin or come together, in parentheses, the actual contraction. We are now on picture 4, step 4, relaxation. Once the thick filament has walked across the actin, or aka came together, the acetylcholine esterase, an enzyme, then comes in and removes the acetylcholine. Sodium then leaves the T-tubules and allows calcium to come back in. Once the calcium came back in, the troponin then closes and the tropomyosin then separates, which is the thick filament walking back to its original spot. This also allows us to start the process all over again. I would also like to note that this is happening a lot faster than me explaining it. Now for a quick anatomy of a myofibril. On the myofibril, there's Z disc, M line, H zone, A band, I band. The Z discs are the sarcomere's boundary and is what actin, aka thin filament, is connected to. The M line is the central anchor for thick filament, myosin. The H zone is the area that surrounds thick filament, but thin filament is unable to reach. The A band is where thick filament, myosin, is located, but it may overlap with thin filaments. The I band is between the thick filament, and only the thin filament is present. And the striation of the myofibrils come from the overlapping of actin, thin filament, and myosin, thick filament.